we have no time to be wasted because we have tons of products to try, and I have to be out of the door in like 40 minutes because I have a dentist appointment. So first, let's try these two cream and liquid blushes. I already have my base on. So first of all, let's try this Addiction one because I am very interested in this one. It's a red blush. It's their cheek polish in the shade 04 Revenge. A little swatch. You can see it's pretty red. But the thing is, these are very sheer, so I'm interested how this gonna look. You can see it's pretty sheer, but there's still color. So I actually really like this type of formula that is a very vibrant color, but it's sheer, so it still gives you enough color, but it's not like hard to control, you know? And I don't know if you can tell, there is a very my hair is in a mess. I slept with my hair half wet, so just ignore. But I don't know if you can tell, there is a very tiny little glow added by this, and it's such a natural shade. It's not like this scary. That's pretty nice. The other one is Visee Lip and Cheek Cream in the shade BE5. Actually, both of these formula I have tried previously, but it's like years ago. But I remember me liking them. These are both like similar type of thing. Like I said, it's like if you buy a vibrant color, they are gonna still give you the color because it's very vibrant, but at the same time they are sheer, so you don't have to worry too much. And you can see it's like a very natural type of glow. Oh, I like this one. I think I can even go a little bit more. I think this color is probably a little bit more natural than the Addiction one. Yeah, I like this one as well. Actually, finishing wise, they are pretty similar, right? I wouldn't say if you really like a very strong blush, this is gonna give you. Maybe the Addiction one because it's a very vibrant red. But yeah, like if you really like super pigmented blush, I don't know if this is for you. But if you have deeper skin tone, I do think this shade could work for you. Even though I don't know, you know, how much pigment you're gonna get from this because it is sheer. Combining, if you have deeper skin tone, the pigmentation might even seem a little sheer. But the thing is, I don't think this is gonna give you white cast or anything. It's just, do you prefer this type of like blush, or do you prefer like Rare Beauty super pigmented formula? This thing, I feel like it has a tiny little bit of white base, so I feel like this one is probably not as forgiving when it comes to skin tone as the Addiction one. But for my skin tone, I like both. Actually, the big chunk of today's products are lip products, but we do have one powder. This is from the brand Chacott. Pay attention to not drop this one because it's gonna be a big mess. This is a finishing powder matte in the shade Clear 763, and this one has 30 grams of product, and it's actually only like, it's not even $15, I think. It's under that. It's, if I'm not remembering wrong, it's around 1.8k N. So that's probably around like $12. For a 30-gram jar, that's kind of crazily affordable. This hair is really bothering me. Just mattify the T-zone. Let's see how clear this is. It says it's clear, but is it really, right? Sometimes I find those clear powder still give you some sort of white cast. Even the people say the RCMA no color powder has no white cast. I still find that powder making my skin a little bit whiter. Anybody has the similar experience. But I feel like for the amount I am applying here, I'm not seeing too much of like white cast happening here. Maybe this side is a hair whiter. I can't tell. Can you tell? I really cannot tell that much. I think the real test is to bake with this, but I don't do bake anymore. It's too dry in this season to do that, and I have to be outside in a short time, so I don't want to ruin my base. It doesn't feel like very dry. You know, when you sometimes some formula after you powder your skin, it feels like very, very dry. This doesn't feel that way. It feels like not sticky but not super dry either. I kind of like this. This shade is actually pretty I said that word so weird. Pretty. It's pretty popular here. It's kind of hard to even find one. I bought this shade in a store that no one goes to, so therefore there was one available there and I bought it. And every other store that I went to, they have this product but they don't have this shade. This is a more of a affordable makeup artist type of like vibe brand. So they have a lot of shades. Their powder probably has like 10 shades or finishes. And this is one of the most popular ones, 743 I think. And for eyeshadow, we have two actually. One is from Kate. It's their popping silhouette shadow in the shade BR01. No, just BR1. And this is Cezanne beige tone eyeshadow in the shade 02. I'm thinking to... do I use both or do I only use one? These are both like very everyday, like a natural type of, not super pigmented type of shadow. I think I might want to use the Cezanne one because today I don't feel like doing super cool toned makeup and the other one looks pretty cool toned. Well, this one still have a little bit of warmth, right? And let me swatch this for you. It's very, very sheer. It's actually pretty pigmented, right? And the shade looks so pretty. Like, especially this shade, it looks pigmented and pretty. It's just the glitter and the shimmer is keep focusing on my face. It's very sheer, right? Like the top two shades. I'm gonna go all over my lid with this shade, which is again just this shade. Use these darker shades on the end of my eyes to just scope it a little bit more. I'm gonna go with this little, it's actually not even shimmery, it's like more of a satiny shade. Last, I'm going for this little glitter. This is actually really more pigmented than I thought it would. Don't get me wrong, this is no Natasha Denona level of pigmentation, you know. It's a Japanese drugstore little quad, which usually is on the sheerer side. So in that range, this is on the pigmented side. And I think it just has enough of pigmentation that I want. Again, if you want like super pigmented stuff, I don't think this is gonna give you like at all. But it's pretty nice. This is the type of shade that I want. When I was buying this quad, I was thinking to use it on a daily basis. You know, just easy to throw on and don't have to think that much about it. And I think this shade alone is exactly that. It's giving me depth without much like color added on my eyes. And it's just enough pigmentation. It's not nothing, but at the same time it's not like a lot. And then this darkest shade. I don't know if you can tell what I'm saying. Like, it's a pretty dark shade and it has pigmentation, but it's not very pigmented that you would worry how much you use and are you gonna be blending it out. You don't have to worry about that. It just adds a little bit of the depth. Okay, I usually curl my eyelash before I add any shimmer or glitter. Satiny shade. It's really just satin. Like there is not much glow going on, but I'm gonna still put this down as a base because I don't really like the random glitter look. I feel like having a base is always gonna make the glitter a little bit more intentional. And now the glitter. This way you might can see it better. It's really not that strong of a glitter at all, but it still shows. For me, again, this is just a perfect amount of pigmentation for me on a daily basis. Yeah, I kind of love this, if you can tell. Today we have a ton of stuff to try on our lips. So first of all, maybe let's try this lip liner. This is from Cezanne. It's their, I'm gonna try to translate, shadow lip maker properly, in the shade 02 Cool Pink. It's a pretty thick tip and this type of retractable packaging. I would rather to have a wooden pencil, but wooden pencil it's not very widely available in Japanese makeup, so most lip pencil you're gonna find, I'm gonna say 99.999% of the lip liner lip pencils from J Beauty brand would be this type of thing. You just have to accept that. And this is the color. It's a beautiful color. It's a pinky nude, which is the type of shade that I normally use. And let's just fill my whole lips with it because we are trying to show you the color. The bottom is all filled in and the top is bare. I feel like this is very close to my own lip color, which is great because again, I'm just gonna scope my lips normally. So a shade like this would be great. And this is my whole lip filled in. I feel like you can barely tell where the lip liner is there and where it's not because it's that much close to my lip color. To give you a reference, this is the camera graph in the shade Contour. It's more beigey and a little warmer, less pink than this one. Yeah, I love this one and it feels like a lip liner. I feel like it won't budge that much. Like you can see, it's only a little bit transformed on my finger. And when I press my lip together, it really feels like a lip liner. If you use lip liner a lot, I think you can understand what I mean. Like a lip liner has its own type of texture on the lips. It's like slightly sticky, but you can tell it's like stick on your lips pretty firmly. It feels like that. Let's try the glosses, like lip balms first before we try any lip tints. This is a lip plumper from the brand cipi. It's a very pretty packaging and this is in the shade 03. This is the glass plumper, clear paddle type of applicator, and it basically has no color, right? It might have like sparkle or not, but it's basically just clear. It's not purple. And let me try, is this like the painful type of lip plumper or not? It smells like fruity, very. What type of fruit is this? Grape? I think it smells like grape. Like the grape juice. It doesn't feel like minty. And it's getting on my tongue a little bit. My tongue is feeling a little bit tingly, but my lips feel nothing. Okay, while it's sinking in, we actually also have a powder blush. This is from the brand Visee. This is the Foggy on Cheeks in the shade RD420. It's this like strawberry red because I really had a boom with reds. It's actually pretty similar to the other two shades. Let me try on this cheeks again. Ignore this hair, like I can't help it. Because I feel like this cheek is pretty red, like pretty pigmented red. Like this cheek is just a little bit less. Maybe you can try to match with this powder blush. And it's pretty pigmented. And it's a little bit powdery. This is a baked formula, if you can't tell. And now I'm feeling a little bit of this lip plumper. Whoa, 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 this is pigmented. I dabbed it off on my hand and I tapped off the kick-offs, but it still has a lot of pigmentation. And in real life, it's even more pigmented than it's on the camera. I'm really blushed today. I feel like this can also be working on a lot of skin tone because I think it's not too cool toned, also not too warm. And I don't think it has a white base, so it probably can serve a lot of different skin tone. And I kind of like this shade. It's like a very healthy strawberry pink. And I do feel the tingly, like it hurts a little bit, but it's also very cooling, so it doesn't feel like super painful. It's just a little bit. I actually kind of like this type. I don't like the super painful type of lip plumpers. Just a little bit is enough. And I feel like with us trying the blush, the hurting sensation, the tingly sensation has come down, and now it just feels like cooling, the cooling effect. Now we have a couple lip balm and glosses to try. These are all pretty popular in Japan. Basically today, most of this stuff is like very trendy other than the blushes. The blushes is not like really trendy, it's just what I wanted to try. But all of the other ones are very trendy stuff in Japan. And this is the mentholatum lip fondue. This is really a popular lip product in Japan. This is in the shade baby pink. Yeah, just baby pink. So this thing exists in years and years. I came in Japan 10 years ago and I think this product existed since then. This is basically gloss in a stick. And it has this signature smell that I can't put my finger on. It's like fruity and floral. So if you don't like floral scents, I don't know if you would like this, but even though I am sensitive to scent, I am okay with this for some reason. Maybe because there's some gourmand in it as well. Can you tell it's like super gloss? It's basically gloss in a stick. I once put this in my pocket and I forgot about it. I put the pants in the washer. It's one of those ones open from the top, you know, so when it's like drying, it's gonna circulate like this, right? And this thing got circulated in the machine, so every single drop of product is on the cap. It's no longer in the stick. That's when you know how soft it is. It's barely gonna hold in a stick. So I would imagine in the summer, this is probably not something you would want to carry around with you. It's just gonna melt. Now it's winter, it's this much soft. Like I feel like it's almost crumbling on my lips. But I do understand people's hype because this is pretty baby pink shade. It just... Can you see this? Feel like I need to do this. And now it's better, right? But I do like this shade. This shade, baby pink, was very popular like a couple weeks ago, I think. I don't know about now, but a couple weeks before it was very popular, and I'm glad that I got this one. And the next two are also pretty popular lip products These are from the brand Nivea. It's their Rich Care and Color. This is lip balms basically. And I have two shades. One shade is Bordeaux and the other one is Cherry Brown. Cherry Brown and Bordeaux. I love this type of super sheer but darker color lip balms. I feel like these are just very forgivable on any type of looks and any type of skin tones, similar to the concept of the Clinique Black Honey. Even though I don't really have that one, so I can't comment on the formula and the color. But again, I think it's a similar concept. And again, this is the shade Bordeaux. And let's try the shade Cherry Brown. Its name just feels like black honey in a way. And you can tell it's not very pigmented at all. This is more red than the other one. And they are all very like comfortable. It really is just a lip balm. It feels exactly like a lip balm because it is. It just has a touch of color, which I love. I love this type of stuff. I'm happy that I bought these two. Kate is their lip monster, but a new formula. Their clear tone formula. And I have the shade C02. So if you don't know, this is a very popular formula in Japan, the lip monster from the brand Kate. And they are basically a lip tint in a stick. It's again very, very popular in Japan. And they recently released a sheer version of that because the original is kind of pigmented in a way. And let's try this. Oh, I like this color. It's a very natural color. Just adds a little bit more color on my lips. I think I might put this in my work touch-up bag. I think this would be great to touch up after lunch at work. Right, what do you think? I like this shade and I think it's gonna be suitable for a lot of different looks. This lip plumper from Visee. I have this one in the original shade, which the original is to mimic the, not mimic, just dupe the Dior lip maximizer. And this is again to, you know, dupe the Dior maximizer. And I'm gonna tell you, this is almost like exactly the dupe for the Dior maximizer. I have used up like 2 of the Dior one, and this again feels exactly the same. And if you don't know, the Dior maximizer is like a menthol type of lip plumper. It's very mild, it doesn't hurt, and it's very moisturizing. And this one is exactly that as well. And I kind of like this color. I think this is a limited edition, if I'm not remembering wrong, in the shade PU100. Like, what a pretty shade, right? I love this shade. I think I might can put this in my work touch-up bag as well. The rest are all lip tints. I actually already used these two and I like them the most. And I think they are the most viral in Japan. This one is again from the brand Cezanne. So it's a very affordable product. It's the lip color shield in the shade 07. And it's this type of, it's not like as shiny as the other one. And it's a little bit more purple than the other one. And I like this one because it lasts for a long time, even though it's just a lip balm type of thing. It has this like film firmer type of stuff, so they will fade in a certain level, but it'll still left some color on your lips, and it's comfortable. That's why it's like so popular. This type of formula is so popular in Japan because it's comfortable and it lasts semi-long. It's not like budge proof or anything, but again, they will left a certain level of color on your lips for a longer time. And I have used this one a lot. It's like very sheer and very thin, and again very comfortable. I like to layer something on top, like a gloss maybe. It's a great choice if you're interested in this type of formula. It's super affordable. I don't think in Japan it's like more than $5. Even if you buy from overseas market, I don't think this is gonna be too expensive. And this one is the one that I have been using non-stop recently. It's from the brand Fujiko. And this is their plumping lip in the shade 03 Kanbi. So basically this is everything you want. It is a little bit plumping. It is glossy, but it also is a lip tint. So you basically don't need anything else. Well, unless you want, but you really don't need to. And I love this color. It's like a brown, but it's such a wearable brown that it goes with everything. And the tinting effect is pretty strong. Like it leaves like a lot of tints even after like blotting or eating. Today I really don't have time to do a roundup because I have to go out of the door like right now. But yeah, I think you can tell that I basically loved most of the products, if not all, basically all of the products today. I might go back and film the roundup. This is about 5 to 6 hours later. I am back from the dentist and ate dinner. I originally thought we couldn't, you know, do all of the swatch and review, but since we are back right now, I have plenty of time. Let's continue. And I guess this could also be kind of update because I have been wearing a mask going out. Don't know if you can tell, only this part has a tiny little bit of transfer and none of the blushes are on the mask, and I didn't use any like setting spray today. So, and the blush, if you cannot see, it's still there. And also it's my messy hair. It's been this whole day. Like even if I try to make it not so messy, it will be messy again after 2 seconds. So I have nothing that I can do about it. Right now there's not much color left on my lips because it's so long and I have been like eating greasy food like fries and burgers and stuff. But it was a pretty long wearing, and again you can see there's not much transfer on the mask. So I think we have just two left. So we're just gonna do that real quick. And this one, these are all those very popular lip formula recently in Japan. The film firmer type of lip tinted lip balm. They don't really like actually tint your lip, but it's like a very long wearing tinted lip balm. If you leave them on without disturbing them, let them form the film, and if you just go on eating and drinking, about half of the color will eventually come off, but there still will be some color left. That's the concept, and they are very comfortable to wear. So this one, it's from Kiss Me Film, and this is Micello Rouge in the shade 01. It's a shiny, corally shade, quite sheer. And I feel like on the lips, it looks more pink. If I want to wear the shade, I need to put down like a darker lip liner in order to make this work for my skin tone. I feel like it's just a little bit too, I can't explain it. Like this one, it's even lighter than this, but I don't feel like this one washed me out. But this one, I just feel like it probably has some neon type of color in it, which it just doesn't work for my skin. Let's try this with the Cezanne lip liner. Maybe that will work. If this doesn't work, I think I just need a darker shade, but let's just try with this one. Okay, I think this is good enough. Yeah, I think this is a little bit better. Even though I still think I probably could use a darker lip liner, this Cezanne one is like really about my lip color. But yeah, the formula is like very thin, really a tinted lip balm type of formula. But the color, I feel like I failed at choosing the color. This is from, what is this? Lip Guardian. Lip Guardian Mellow Wrapping Rouge. And this one is another one of those sorts of tinted lip balm but last longer type of formula. And this is in the shade 02. This is a pinky nude. Pretty similar to the other one, just less coral. This one, I feel like it's a little bit too light as well. But somehow I feel like this one could work for me a little bit better than the other one. Probably because it's a little bit cooler toned. When it comes to nude, I feel like cooler tone just work for my olive skin tone way better than like corally type of tones for some reason. And these are, again, all of those quite long wearing type of tinted lip balm. And I think I need to do a dedicated video on this type of lip formula. So today is more of first impression type of thing. The last one is from Visee Cream Blush and the powder blush brand. And this is the Nars Fake Rouge and in the shade RD420. Nars is just, you know, this type of thing. Whatever type of skin this is called Nars. Even like your waterline on your eyes is called Nars in Japanese. So this is like basically they're saying this could be applied on this type of like, do you call this waterline type of like place area? And the swatch is way darker and pigmented than the other two. And they all have that tinted lip balm type of formula to it. But again, this is way more of a pigmented, like a burgundy type of shade. Cool toned brown red, like that has a little bit of purple in it. I think this with a lip liner and a lip gloss on top would look very good. Let's layer this one on top. I think it would look good. I really like this color. If I like have some like brown lip liner, I think this could look even better. Let's now do a roundup. These two, as I mentioned in the beginning, I think they are both pretty much a sheer type of color, and they actually kind of look similar on the skin, with this one being a little less pigmented, probably because this one, the color itself is more vibrant. This one is a sheer formula as well, but this one has a little bit more white base to it. So if you have like darker skin tone, I think this one, the Addiction 04 Revenge, could be way better than this one. And I feel like this brand is probably just way more widely available on other countries. So yeah, if these two, I think I probably recommend this one, especially this shade. And the powder was actually great. It didn't dry out my skin, which this type of like super whitish type of powder, like HD powder sort of thing, usually make my skin feel very, very dry. But this one did not, and I feel like my foundation held pretty nicely, given I have been wearing this mask for like 3 or 4 hours. I have also been in the dentist, which is a quite cruel thing to go through for a makeup review, right? They are like stretching your lips, they're like rubbing around your mouth, but it's still intact other than like around my nose, because I have been blowing my nose for the whole day because it's cold today. Really love this powder. I'm also giving it's so affordable, like $12 for 30 grams of powder. That's I mean, I don't see much option that's even cheaper than that. And we also have a powder blush from Visee. I think this one just has a tiny little bit of white base in it, but giving the color itself, it's so vibrant. I still think this could work on a lot of skin tones. Even though I think if you're super pale, this one could make you look like you have like a, you know, monkey butt type of cheeks. It's like too strong. So if you are super fair, probably not. But yeah, unless you are like super pale or super dark skinned, I think anybody could use this. It's just a nice cool tone strawberry red. I really like it. And you can still see the color on my cheeks. It lasts pretty long. Again, considering I've been wearing the mask, I can barely even see any reddish color on this mask. So I think these are pretty good. And for all of the lippies, I mean, if you are traveling to Japan anytime soon, I think these could be very much a nice thing to purchase from the drugstore. They are all very affordable. I think they are all like, I don't know, probably around $5 or below that. And you can find them in, I think, probably most of the drugstore, unless they are sold out. So they should be, the brand and the product should be available unless it's sold out. And I think they are all just like very easy to use, especially this one. These are just similar concept to the black honey. So if you like those like a very like dark shade but it's a sheer type of lip products, I think these are very good options. And I really like this one as well. It smells pretty strong, so you have to be okay with the smell. It's like floral mixed with gourmand type of scent. So for me, it's kind of acceptable in a certain level, because if it's pure floral, it's disgusting. But they have some like kind of edible type of scent in it, so it's sort of acceptable. And the finish, it's super like plushy lips, very glossy type of thing. And both of these are very like moisturizing. And this lip plumper, just a tiny little bit tingly and hurting a little bit. Basically more of a cooling type of lip plumper. It's not like super intense, which I like. I don't like the super intense, super painful lip plumper. So this is right at my alley. But the thing is, this color, it looks super pretty, but it's just clear. All of these lip balms and lip tints, I think if I would choose my favorite, it would be this SUQQU one. I have another one which is a limited edition that they collaborated with Mizukoshi Misato. It's a Japanese YouTuber. You cannot buy this anymore. It's all sold out like a long time ago. So today I just used this one. A little bit plumping. It's a tint and it's also a gloss, so it's just easy. And all of these ones, I like the Cezanne one, because it's like the color is nice and the formula is very thin. These two are just so. And I also really like the Kate one, and I also really like the Visee one because it's very pigmented and I like the color. And also this lip pencil is really great. I probably would use this on a daily because the color is just the correct color for me. And that's it. It's a very rushed review. I will like probably do more detailed ones after this. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.